our own roles. We'll be in it, of course, as players, with some of the birds and the fish in the rivers, and even the flowers, you see. Where are the pictures?
There aren't any.
No conversations either? What's the use of a book without pictures or conversations?
You'll understand when you're older.
That is, if I get older, you mean. I may decide not to.
One can't help getting older.
We're expected to know more when we get older, but it seems the older I get, the less I know, not more.
Oh dear! I shall be late! Very late! All my ears and whiskers, all my fur, all my dear paws, how late it's getting!
Was that a rabbit with a pocket watch? Am I dreaming? I don't think so. Should I tell sister? No, she probably won't even notice I'm gone. I'm old enough to go off on my own anyhow, aren't I? Yes, I believe I am. Now, where did that white rabbit go?
Here.
Hello? Hello?
Which way to go? Was it this way? No. Or was it this way? No. Or was it both ways? Oh dear. I bet I am forgetting something. What could it be? Is it my ears and whiskers? No? Is it my fur and paws? No? Everything is here. Good. Oh, the queen! The queen! The sheriff! Look at me! The sheriff!
Yikes.
Oh, what a fall. I'm not hurt, am I? I don't think so. My, I wonder how many miles I fell down that hole. Let me see. That'd be 4,000 miles down, I think? Now, where would that leave me? I wonder if I fell right through the center of Earth. How funny it'd be to see everyone walking upside down.
Oh, the queen! The queen!
What a curious rabbit. Nicely dressed, though. Excuse me, Miss Rabbit. Ma'am.
Oh dear! Oh dear!
Please stop, won't you?
Wait, miss. Oh, miss. Why, you dropped your gloves, miss.
Excuse me, girl. Now, wait a minute. That girl looked an awfully like Alice. I mean, like me. I'm Alice. But if I'm Alice, who is that? Another Alice? How peculiar everything is today. There must be someone who can help me find my way home. I'll figure out where I am first. That's most logical. worse.
Huh. Answer the door. What's it been asking?
I don't know what you mean.
I talks English, doesn't I? Or are you deaf? What did the door ask you?
Nothing. I've been knocking at it.
Shouldn't do that. Upsets it, you know. You leave it alone and it'll leave you alone.
Well, could you tell me where I am exactly? I'm trying to figure out if...
Oh, here for nature?
No, thank you, miss. My sister said not to accept nuts from strange squirrels. Or was it candies from babies? Or...
Suit yourself.
Say your business.
By the Duchess, invitation from the Queen to play croquet.
The Queen, invitation from the Duchess to play croquet.
Did you hear me knocking? I've been knocking for quite some time.
We're used to knocking, and that's for two reasons. First, because we're on the same side of the door as you are. Secondly, they're making such a noise inside, no one could possibly hear you.
Please, but how am I to get in? I wish to see the Duchess. I'm sure she can point me in the right direction.
There might be some sense in your knocking if we had the door between us. For instance, if you were inside, you might knock, and we could let you out, you know.
But how am I to get in?
Oh, keep it down, will you? Come on.
I'd rather not go back in there at all. We shall sit here until tomorrow.
Yes, until tomorrow. Or the next day. Maybe.
Please tell me how to get in.
Are you to get in at all? That's the first question, you know.
We shall sit here on and off for days and days.
But what am I to do?
Anything you'd like.
Well, there's no use in talking to either of you. I guess you don't need to knock after all. Shit! There's certainly too much pepper in that soup. Shit! Please, would you tell me why your cat grins like that?
It's Cheshire Cat, and that's why. Pig!
I didn't know that Cheshire cats could grin. In fact, I didn't know that cats did grin.
They all can, and most of them do.
I don't know any that do.
You don't know much, and that's a fact.
Please mind what you're doing.
If everyone minded their own business, the world would go around a great deal faster than it does.
Which would be an advantage. Just think of the work of the day and the night. You see, the Earth takes 24 hours to spin on its axis. 24 hours, or was it 12?
Oh, don't bother me. I hate numbers. Here, you may go to the bits if you'd like. I must get ready to play croquet with the Queen.
Now, if I don't take you away with me, they'll sure to kill you in a day or two. Wouldn't that be murder to leave you behind? Don't grunt. That's not at all a proper way of expressing yourself. If you're going to turn into a pig, my dear, I'll have nothing to do with you. Curiouser and curiouser. you tell me which way I ought to go from here?
Well, that depends a good deal on where you're trying to get to.
Right now, I don't much care
It
where.
doesn't matter which way you go.
As long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that. You only walk along around.
What sort of people live about here?
In that direction, there's a Hare. In that direction, there's a March Hare. Is it either you like? They're both mad.
But I don't want to be among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad.
But how do you know I'm mad?
Well, you must be, or you wouldn't have come here.
And how do you know that you're mad?
Well, you see, a dog growls when it's angry and wags its tail when it's pleased. Now I growl when I'm pleased and wag my tail when I'm angry. Therefore, I'm mad.
I call it purring, not growling.
Call it what you like. Will you think okay if we come today?
I should like to, but I haven't been invited yet.
You'll see me there. By the by, what became of the baby? I really forgot to ask.
It turned into a pig.
I thought it would.
I've seen hatters before, and the March Hare would be much more interesting. And as it may, wouldn't be rabid mad, at least not as mad as it was in March.
Did you say pig or pig?
I said pig, and I wish you wouldn't keep appearing and vanishing so suddenly. You make one quite giddy.
Very well. I won't vanish suddenly at all.
Now, I've often seen a cat without a grin, but a grin on a cat, it's the most curious thing I've ever saw in my life. Now, which way did she say to go again?
Yes.
The March Hare obviously said that they're brown.
Brown? I said they were pink. Do you not listen to me?
I clearly heard brown.
Well. Look at the shade of the chair. It's almost like this color, but pink.
I've never seen a pink like that before.
Clearly you haven't seen much.
Excuse me?
You've been excused.
I swear that they are purple and that I've never seen a pink hufflepuff in my life.
Well, you know, I got a hufflepuff for my aunt's birthday one year, and it was pink. It was pink with that exact shade green.
And where is it now?
I don't want to talk about it.
She ate it.
I did not. Yes, you did. Okay, well.
Excuse me? No room!
No room.
There's plenty of room.
Well, it wasn't simple of you to just sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table. It's laid for a great many more than 3. Why is a raven like a writing desk? I believe I can guess that.
You mean you think you can, find out the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least, I mean what I say. That's the same thing, you know. Not the same thing a bit. You might as well say I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see.
You might as well just say I like what I get. The same thing as I get what I like.
Oh, you might as well say I think what I breathe is the same thing I breathe when I sleep. It is the same thing with you. What day of the month is it? The 4th. 2 days wrong. I told you butter would fix it.
But it was the best butter.
Oh, but some crumbs must have gotten as well. I told you not to put it in with the bread knife.
So but it was the best butter, you know.
What a funny watch. It tells the day of the month, but it doesn't tell what o'clock it is. Why good? Does your watch tell what year it is? Of course not. But that's because it stays the same year for such a long time. Which is just the case with mine. I don't quite understand you.
The Dormouse is asleep again. course, just when I was going to remark myself.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No, I give up. What's the answer?
I have the slightest idea. Nor I.
Don't you think you ought to do something better with time than wasting it in making riddles that make no sense?
If you knew time as well as I did, you would be talking about wasting it. It's him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you don't. I did a thing, never even spoke to time.
Well, I know you need to beat time when you learn music.
That accounts for it. You won't stand beating. Now, if you only kept on just Curse's clock, he'd do just about anything you'd like. Say, for instance, we're at 9 o'clock in the morning, just in time to begin lesson. You'd only have to whisper and hit the time round of the clock in a twinkling. 1:30, time for dinner.
That'd be great, certainly. But then I wouldn't be very hungry for it, you know?
Not at first, perhaps, but you could keep it to 1:30 as long as you'd like.
Is that the way you manage?
Oh, not I. We quarreled last month just before she went mad. You know. It was a great concert given by the Queen of Hearts, and I had to sing, Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. You've heard the song, perhaps?
I've heard something like that.
It goes on, you know, in this way. Above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little bird. Well, I'd hardly finished the first verse when the queen jumped up and called out, "She's murdering the time! I'll clip her head!"
I'm dreadfully savage!
And ever since then, he won't do a single thing I ask. So he sits at college now.
Is that the reason why so many tea things are put out here?
Yes, and you've no time to wash things in between while.
And you keep moving around, I suppose.
Exactly so, as the things get used though.
But what happens when you come to the beginning again?
I'm getting really tired of this subject. I bet the Dormouse tells us a story. Wake up, Dormouse! Wake up, Dormouse!
Oh, I wasn't asleep. I heard every word you guys were saying.
Tell us a story!
Yes, please do.
And be quick about it, or else you'll fall asleep again before it's finished.
Oh, once upon a time.
She's asleep. Wake up! Wake up!
And they lived happily ever after the end.
What a wonderful story! Oh, I love the beginning. The ending was my favorite.
But there was no middle.
Take some more tea.
No, thank you. I haven't had any yet, so I can't take more.
You mean you can't take less? It's real easy to just take more than that one.
But what happened in the story?
I want a clean cup. Let's all move one place over.
Really? I don't understand why we're moving places.
Oh my god.
Really? I don't think...
Then you shouldn't talk.
Why, this is the rudest tea party I've ever been to in all my life.
No room.
No room. No, wait. Don't be shy. There's plenty of room.
That was so rude.
So
Coming yelling at me. Dormouse, you can't talk. You were asleep for the entire thing.
You're right.
But at least I didn't eat a flower.
You ate a flower? I did. Oh yeah, I did. he called it egg. Very.
I said you look like an egg, sir, and some eggs are very pretty, you know.
Some people have no more sense than a baby.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again.
Don't stand there chattering to yourself like that, but tell me your name and your business.
My name is Alice.
That's a stupid enough name. What does it mean?
Must the name mean something?
Of course it must. My name means the shape I am, and a good, handsome shape that is too. With a name like yours, you might be any shape.
Oh. Why do you sit out here all alone?
Why? Because there's nobody with me. You think I didn't know the answer to that? Ask another.
Don't you think you'd be safer on the ground? This wall is very narrow.
What tremendously easy riddles you ask. Why, of course I don't think so. Why, if I ever did fall off, which there's no chance of, but if I did fall, the king has promised me, with his very own mouth, to
send all his horses and all of his men?
yes, all his horses and all his men. They'd put me back together in a minute. They wouldn't. However, this conversation is going on a little too fast. It's my turn to choose a subject now. How old did you say you were?
10 years and 6 months.
Wrong! You never said a thing like it.
I thought you meant how old are you?
If I meant that, I'd have said it. 10 years and 6 months. An uncomfortable sort of age.
I never ask advice about growing.
Too proud.
Well, one can't help getting older, you know. Oh, what a beautiful belt. A scarf, a belt, I beg your pardon.
It's a most provoking thing when a person can't tell a scarf from a belt.
I know it's very ignorant of me.
It's a belt, child, and a beautiful one, as you say, given to me by the king and queen. There now.
Is it really?
They gave it to me for an unbirthday present.
What's an unbirthday present?
A present given to you when it isn't your birthday, of course.
I like birthday presents best.
You don't know what you're talking about. How many days are there in a year?
365.
And how many birthdays have you?
1.
And if you take 1 from 365, what remains?
364, of course.
That seems to be done right. Though I haven't the time to see it done properly on paper just now. Anyhow, that shows that there are 364 days when you might get unbirthday presents.
You seem very clever, sir, but I really must be going.
Do as you wish. Goodbye.
Goodbye, till we meet again.
I should know you if we did meet again. You're so very much like other people.
The face is what one goes by generally.
That's just what I complain of. Your face is the same as everyone has. The 2 eyes, nose in the middle, mouth under, it's always the same. Now, if you had 2 eyes on the same side of the nose, for instance, or mouth on top, that would have been of some help.
That wouldn't look very nice.
Wait till you try.
Of all those satisfactory people I've ever met. Whoa there, boy.
Did you happen to meet any soldiers, my dear, as you passed through the wood?
Yes, I did. Several thousand, I think.
The king sent 4,207. That's the exact number. He couldn't send all the horses, because 2 of them are wanted in the croquet game. And I haven't sent for the 2 messengers yet either. They're both gone to town. Just look along the road. Tell me if you can see either of them.
I see nobody on the road.
Why, I only wish I had such eyes, to be able to see nobody. And at that distance too. I can hardly see real people in this light. Help me knock on, would you?
I'm afraid you haven't had much practice in riding.
What makes you say that?
Because people don't fall off quite as often when they've had much practice.
I've had plenty of practice. Plenty. You see, the great art of riding is to keep your balance, and... Well, there's no shame in walking. Seems my horse needs a rest. Man and beast, forever intertwined. You know the Jabberwocky?
I can't say that I do.
Then don't. Was brilling, and the slimy toes did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borrowrows, and moaned the rains of brave. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jump bird, and shun Rubius Vanderson. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time mantled foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as an uppish thought he stood, the Jabberwock, with eyes of flame, came whiffling through the Toby wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through. The vorpal blade would snicker snap. He left it dead, and with its head, he went along back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my peevish boy. O frabjous day, Callooh, Calais, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brilling, and the slimy toes did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borogoves, and moaned the rings of brave. What do you say to that? Impressive, eh?
The poem seems very pretty, but it's rather hard to understand. Somehow, it seems to fill my head with ideas, although I don't know exactly what they are. But it's clear that somebody killed something. That's clear at any rate.
Indeed.
Do you know where the queen is today?
The queen's that way. What do you want to see the queen for anyways?
Well, I don't know her, you see, and
That's clear enough. Otherwise you wouldn't want to see her. Well, no time to waste. I must be off.
I've lost my way, and I'm trying to find my way home, and... Oh, you're a very strange knight. And a very, very tired one too, apparently. you could talk.
We can talk when there's anybody worth talking to.
And can all the flowers talk?
As well as you can, and a great deal louder.
It doesn't matter where you begin, you know. And I really was wondering when you'd speak. Your face has got some sense in it, though it's not a clever one. Still, you're the right color, and that goes a long way.
I don't care about the color. If only her petals curled up a little more, she'd be all right.
Aren't you sometimes frightened at being planted out here with nobody to take care of you?
There's a tree in the middle. What else is it good for?
Well, what good would it do if any danger came?
Well, let's say bow wow. That's what I said. Oh, bow.
Did you know that? Bow, bow, bow,
So, from all of you.
If you don't hold your tongue, I'll pick you.
That's right. The daisies are worst of all. When one begins to talk, they all go on. It's enough to make one wither.
How is it you can all talk so nicely? I've been in many gardens before, but none of the flowers could talk.
Put your hand down and feel the ground. Then you'll know why.
It's very hard, but I don't see how that has anything to do with it.
In most gardens, they make the beds too soft, so the flowers are always asleep.
I've never thought of that before.
Well, it's my opinion that you never think of at all.
Hold your tongue, as if you know what's going on more in the world if you were a bud.
Are there any other girls in the garden besides me?
Well, there's one other flower in the garden that can move about like you. I wonder how you do it.
There's another little girl in the garden? Is she like me exactly?
Well, she has the same, awkward shape as you.
And her petals are tumbled about like yours, too.
Oh, but that's not your fault. They're beginning to fade, you know, and one can't help one's petals getting a little untidy.
Do you recall which way she went?
Well, there's already been 2 of you today, so I dare say you'll see another one soon, I'm sure.
Where are you coming and where are you going anyway?
I've seemed to have lost my way, I'm afraid.
Your way? All the ways about here belong to the Queen.
I believe the last one of you went that way, towards Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee? Is that a poem?
You know it, don't you? Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have a battle, for Tweedledum said Tweedledee had spoiled his nice new rattle. Just then flew down a monstrous crow as black as a tar barrel, which frightened both the heroes so they quite forgot their quarrel.
Nothing, no how.
Contrariwise, if you think real, you ought to speak.
I'm sorry, it's just, I never seen...
I know what you're thinking about, but it isn't so, no how.
Contrariwise, if it was so, it would be. If it were so, it might be. But as it is, it ain't. That's logic.
I was thinking, which is the best way out of these woods? Would you tell me, please?
You've been wrong. The best thing in a visit to say is how do you do, and shake hands.
It'd never do to say how do you do. Now, we've seemed to have gotten beyond that, somehow.
No how, and thank you very much for asking.
Are there any lions or tigers about here?
It's only the white knight snoring.
Come look at him. Isn't he a lovely sight? Fit to snore his head off.
He's dreaming now, and what do you suppose he's dreaming about?
Nobody can guess that.
Why, he's dreaming about you. And if he stopped dreaming about you, where do you suppose you'd be?
Where I am now, of course.
Why, you'd be nowhere. Why, you only exist in his dream.
If that young knight was to wake up, you'd go out.
Bang!
Just like a candle.
I shouldn't. Besides, if I only exist in his dream, what are you, I should like to know.
Ditto.
Ditto, ditto.
Diddle, 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 diddle.
You'll be waking him, I'm afraid, if you make so much noise.
Well, it's no use you're talking about waking him when you're only one of the things in his dream. You know very well you're not real.
I am real. You won't make yourself any more realer by crying. There's nothing to cry about.
But if I wasn't real, I shouldn't be able to cry.
I hope you don't suppose those are real tears.
I know you're talking nonsense, and it's silly to cry about it. I really should be getting out of these woods, or it's growing rather dark. You think it's gonna rain?
No, I don't think it is. At least, not under here, nohow.
But it may rain outside.
It may, if it chooses. We've no objection. Contrariwise.
Do you see that?
It's only a rattle, not a rattlesnake, you know, a very old and broken rattle.
I knew it was. It's ruined, of course.
You don't need to be so angry about an old rattle.
It's not old. I bought it yesterday. My nice new rattle.
God damn.
Of course, you'd agree to have a battle.
She must help us to dress up, you know.
I hope you're good at tying strings. Every one of these things has got to go on somehow or other.
Really, you'll be more like bundles of old cloth by the time you're ready.
Please tie this securely around my neck
What for?
to keep my head from being cut off. What else? It's one of the most dangerous things that can happen to one in a battle. To get one's head cut off.
Do I look very pale?
Well, yes, a little.
I'm very brave generally. Only today, I happen to have a headache.
And I've got a toothache. I'm far up worse than you.
Then you better not fight today.
We must have a bit of a fight. I don't care how long it lasts. What's the time now?
4:30.
Let's fight until 6, and then have dinner.
Very well. And she can watch us. Only you better not come too close. I generally hit everything I can see when I get really excited.
And I hit everything within reach, whether I can see it or not.
You must hit the trees pretty often, I should think.
I don't suppose there'll be a tree left standing by the time we finish.
And all about a rattle?
I shouldn't have minded it so much if it hadn't been a new one.
I wish a monstrous crow would come already and frighten them both away.
There's only one sword, you know, but you can have the umbrella. It's quite a shot. Only we must begin quickly. It's getting as dark as it can.
And darker.
The darkest?
It's so dark, there must be a thunderstorm coming. Look, what a big black cloud.
are you?
Who am I?
Yes, who are you?
Well, I hardly know at the present. At least I know who I was when I got up this morning. But I think I've changed since then.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I'm afraid I can't explain myself. Because I don't feel like myself today, you see.
I don't see.
I'm afraid I can't put it more clearly, for I can't understand it myself. For changing is very confusing.
It isn't.
Well, perhaps you don't feel it so yet, but when you turn into a chrysalis, you will someday. And after that, into a butterfly. I think you'd feel a little strange then, won't you?
Not a bit.
Well, perhaps your feelings may be different. All I know is it feels very strange to me.
You. Who are you?
I think you want to tell me who you are first.
So you think you've changed, do you?
I'm afraid I am. I don't feel like myself today.
Being one person is overrated anyhow. Who do you want to be?
I'm not particular to who, only one should feel like oneself, you know.
I don't know.
There she is!
Who?
Alice! I mean the girl that looks like me.
If you ask me, that girl is you.
If she is me, then who am I?
Like I said, being one person is overrated anyhow.
Wait, where are you going? What should I do? Where should I go?
Have you seen the mock turtle yet?
No. I don't even know what a mock turtle is.
What or who?
I don't know either or both.
It's the thing mock turtle soup is made from.
I've never seen one or heard of one.
The griffin knows.
The griffin?
How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing alright.
Where do I find the griffin?
Riddles.
Oh, you're the griffin.
Am I? That's not much riddle then.
It wasn't a riddle at all. It was a question that doesn't need to be answered.
There's a question that doesn't need to be answered. Need to be asked in the first place. And that's a riddle.
Do you know where the mock turtle is? Well, do you? Don't you know it's proper to speak when spoken to?
I don't like the riddles. They're boring.
They're not riddles, they're questions.
Do they require answers?
Yes.
Oh. They're questions that need answers. Sounded like questions that don't. In fact, they're practically identical. You should try dressing them.
I'd still like to see the mock turtle.
That's easy. This evening, all you have to do is listen. You do.
See him by listening? What is this sorrow?
Don't his fancy that. He's got no sorrow, you know. Come on. This here young lady, she wants to know your history. She do?
I'll tell it to her. Sit down, both of you, and don't speak a word until I finish.
I don't see how he can ever finish if he doesn't begin.
Once, I was a real turtle. We used to go to school every day in the sea. The master was an old turtle. We used to call him Tortoise.
Why did you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
We called him Tortoise because he taught us, obviously.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself for asking such a simple question. Run on, dear fellow. Don't be all day about it.
Right. Where was I? and writing to begin with, and the basic branch of arithmetic: division, subtraction, multiplication, and derision.
I've never heard of amplification. What is it?
Never heard of amplifying? You know what to beautify is, I suppose.
Yes, it means to make anything prettier?
Well then, if you don't know what amplify is, you are a simpleton.
What else did you have to learn?
Well, everybody had to take history, both ancient and modern. Then there was Latin and Greek, the classics master.
I remember him. He was an old crab, he was.
And how many hours a day did you do lessons?
10 hours the first day, 9 the next, and so on.
What a curious
If you
plan.
start getting
That's the
uncomfortable,
reason
let me
they're
know.
called lessons, because they lessen from day to day.
And the 11th day must have been a holiday.
Of course it was.
And what happened on the 12th day?
That's enough about lessons. Would you like to hear my tale, or would you like Mock Turtle to sing you a song?
Oh, a song. Yes, if Mock Turtle would be so kind.
You have terrible taste in you. Well then, Mock Turtle, sing to her Turtle Soup, will you?
Beautiful soup, so rich and free, waiting in a hot tureen. Such dainty would not do to believe me. Beautiful soup, beautiful soup, beautiful soup, beautiful soup, soup of me. Beautiful, beautiful soup, beautiful soup, good for fish, game or any other dish. Once for two, pennyworth only a beautiful soup, pennyworth only a beautiful soup, beautiful soup, beautiful soup, soup of evening, beautiful, beautiful soup.
Look out now, Five. Don't start in bed over me like that.
Couldn't help it. 7 in my elbow.
That's right, Five. Always saying the flame of it.
Yeah, you'd better not talk. Her only yesterday the queen said you deserve to be beheaded.
Really? What for? That's none of your business.
Yes, it is his business. And I'll tell him this will bring the cook food instead of onions.
Holy unjust things.
Would you tell me why you're picking one surface?
Why? The fact is, you see, miss, this here ought to have been a red rose tree. We put a white one in by mistake. And if the queen was to find out, we'd have our head cut off, you know. So you see, miss, we're really trying to get this done before she jumps to the head. The queen! The queen!
Stop!
Who is this? What is your name, child?
My name is Alice, Your Majesty.
Child, what are you doing here? Look up, stand tall, stop twiddling your fingers.
I've lost my way.
No way! All the ways here belong to me! Now why have you come out here at all? Can't see why you're trying to think of what to say. It saves time.
I've lost my way home, you see. I fell down a hole and came through the woods and...
And who are these? Turn them over! Get up! Get them up! Come on! Stop that! You're making me giddy. What how have you been doing here?
We were trying to get this done because we accidentally put a white rose tree in.
No, enough! Enough! I see what's going on. Off with their heads!
Don't worry, you won't be beheaded.
God.
Get your back!
Holy.
I see you received invitation after all. I suppose, although I don't think it's an event I wish to be invited to again.
Don't like it, my dear?
Not at all. I don't think they play it all fairly, and they all quarrel so dreadfully, and one can't hear oneself speak. And you have no idea how confusing it is. Everything's being alive.
Here, let me help you with that. You're thinking too much about the game, my dear, and that makes you unable to play it. It's meant to be played after all, not thought about. I can't tell you just now what the moral of that is, but it shall help you a bit.
Perhaps it hasn't one.
Tut tut, child, everything's not moral, if only you can find it.
The game seems to be going on rather better now.
Tis so, and the moral of that is, tis love, that makes the world go round.
Somebody said it was done by everyone minding their own business.
Well, it means much the same thing. And the moral of that is, take care of the sense, and the sounds will take care of themselves.
How fun you are finding morals in things.
I guess you're wondering why I put my arm around your waist? The reason is I am doubtful about tendering the flamingo. Shall I try the experiment?
No, he might bite.
Very true. Flamingos and mustard both bite. And the moral of that is, birds of a feather flock together.
Only mustard isn't a bird.
Right, as usual. What a clear way to help you.
It's a mineral, I think.
Of course it is. There's a large mustard mine here, too. And the moral of that is, the less there is in mine, the more there is in yours.
Oh, I know. It's a vegetable. It doesn't look like one, but it is.
I quite agree with you. And the moral of that is, be what you would seem to be. Or, if you'd like to more simply, never imagine yourself not to be otherwise to what might appear to others you would have been if you would appear to them to be otherwise.
I think I should have understood that better if I had written it down, but I can't put my head around it as you say it.
That's nothing compared to what I could say if I choose.
Please don't trouble yourself in saying any more than that. Why does the flamingo behave for her and not me?
Thinking again?
I have a right to think.
Just about as much right as pigs have to fly. And the moral of that is... the Queen!
Hush!
Hush! He's under sentence of execution.
What for?
He stole the queen's heart.
Is that all?
Oh, hush. The queen will hear you. You see, she loves her hearts, and they went missing. And... Yes! No, Burton! Oh.
Yes, right away! Where are we going anyway?
The trial, of course.
I thought croquet.
Not anymore.
Order in the court. Herald, read the accusation.
The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole those tarts and took them quite away.
Consider your verdict.
Not yet. There's a great deal to come before that.
Call the first witness.
First witness!
I apologize for bringing these in, Your Majesty, but I haven't quite finished my tea when I was sent for.
You ought to have finished by now. When did you begin?
14th of March, I think it was. 15th, 16th.
Write that down. Take off your hat.
Isn't my hat?
Stole it!
Stole it? I keep them to sell. I'm none of my own, I'm a hatter.
Give your evidence. Don't be nervous. I'll have you executed on the spot.
Give your evidence, or I'll have you executed, whether you're nervous or not. I'm a poor man, Your Majesty, and I haven't begun my tea not for a week or so, and with the bit of bargain so clear, there's no twinkling of the tea.
The twinkling of the what?
It began with the tea.
Of course twinkling gets the tea. You take me for dunce. Go on.
I'm a poor man, and most things keep left that. Only the March Hare said. I did it. Yes, you did. I deny it.
He denies it. Leave that part out.
After that, I cut some more bread and butter.
Yes, but what did the Dormouse say?
Well, that I can't remember. Well, but you must remember! All of you executed! I'm a poor man, Your Majesty!
You're also a very poor speaker. That's all you know about this. You may stand down.
I can't go no lower. I'm worried at the floor as it is.
Then you may sit down.
I think I'd rather just finish my tea.
You may go.
Take your heads up outside!
Next witness. Give your evidence.
Champ! Your Majesty, you must cross-examine the witness.
Oh, well, if I must, I must. So, what are the tarts made out of?
Pepper. Mostly.
They're dreadfully fond of beheading people here. The great wonder is that there's anyone left alive.
Oh, how do you like the Queen?
Not at all. She's so extremely...
Who are you talking to?
A friend of mine, a Cheshire cat. Allow me to introduce it.
I don't like the look of it one bit. However, it may kiss my hand if it likes.
I'd rather not.
Then it must be removed. My darling, would you please have that cat removed?
Off with its head!
Executioner?
Executioner!
It's Cristal.
That cat is to be removed at once. Queen's orders.
You can cut off the head of the kitty.
If it has a head, then it can be beheaded. Don't talk such nonsense.
But I never had a kiss like a kid thing before.
If nobody's not good about it, in less than no time, I will have everybody in this court executed.
Well, in that case... No, I can't!
It's fine. Just call the next witness.
Alice! Me? Why would I be called?
Here.
What do you know about this business?
Nothing.
Nothing whatever?
Nothing, whatever.
How very important.
Unimportant, Your Majesty means, of course.
Unimportant, of course. Unimportant,
It's
important,
important.
unimportant.
It's important. It's important.
Silence! Anyways, let the jury consider their verdict!
Please wait, Your Majesty. This envelope has just been delivered.
Well, what's in it?
I haven't opened it yet, but it seems to be a letter written by the prisoner to somebody.
Well, it must have been written to somebody. Unless that is that it was written to nobody, which isn't unusual, you know?
Who is it directed to?
It isn't directed at all. In fact, there's nothing written on the outside. It isn't a letter after all. It's a set of verses.
Is it in the prisoner's handwriting?
No, they're not. And that's the strangest thing about it.
Well, if it wasn't in the prisoner's handwriting, then he must have imitated somebody else's hand.
Please, Your Majesty, you must believe my innocence. I don't even care for tarts. I'm a toasted butterman myself. Besides, I didn't write the letter, and you can't prove that I did. There's no name sign at the bottom.
If there's no name sign at the bottom, that only proves your guilt. For if you have signed your name like an honest man, that would be far less guilty.
Like he said, that proves your guilt.
It proves nothing of sorts. Why, you don't even know what it's about.
Who are you?
I'm Alice.
I'm Alice.
Rule 42. No more than one of any persons and or creatures are to exist at the same time inside of the court. All persons and or creatures who are found to be in duplicate are to be removed at once.
I'm not in duplicate. I'm the only Alice.
Me too.
Fine.
You are.
Really, the duplicate.
Well, I won't go at any rate. Besides, that's not a regular rule. You invented it just now.
It's the oldest rule in the book.
And the odd Tweedledum one.
Where may I begin, please, Your Majesty?
Begin at the beginning. Then go till the end. Then stop.
They told me to bend to her and mentioned me to him. She gave me a good character, but said I could not swim. I gave her one, they gave him two. You gave us three or more. They all returned from him to you, though they were mine before. My notion was that you had been, before she had this fish, an obstacle that came between him and ourselves and it.
That's the most important piece of evidence we've had to now. Let's let the jury consider their verdict!
I don't believe there's an ounce of meaning in it. If any one of them can explain it, I'll give him a nickel.
If there's no meaning in it, then we try to find it. And that, in and of itself, would solve the world's trouble. However, I do seem to find some meaning in it, after all. Said I could not swim. You can't swim, can you?
Do I look like it?
Then again, I gave him one, they gave him two. That must have been what you did with the pots.
But then it goes on. They all return from him to you.
And there they are! Nothing could be clearer than that. And yet, I do not know. Before he had is fit. Darling, you've never had any fits before, have you?
Never.
Then those words simply do not fit you. It's a pun! Don't you get it? Sorry. Let the jury consider their verdict!
No! Sentence first. Verdict.
Stuff and nonsense, the idea of having a sentence first.
Hold your tongue!
I won't!
Seize her! God, seize her!
I don't care what you think.
Open her hand! Just come on!
Oh, you're nothing but a pack of cards. Wait, I need to speak with you, Alice.
Get that! Follow her! Open the hand! Come on, then! Come on!
What did they? God. It's over? It's over! Yes!
And there was another Alice, just like me. And she kept chasing me, and I kept running.
I wasn't chasing you. You were running away from me. Perhaps I am dreaming now, or worse. I am part of the White Knight's dream. I don't like belonging to another person's dream. I should go back and wake him and see what happens. I know I am me, or at least a version of me. Myself, I mean. A version that no longer exists.
There's only one you know, Alice.
And I didn't know if I'd ever find my way back.
It was a curious dream here. Certainly. And now we're into your teeth. If you're Alice, then who am I? Oh. That's very curious indeed. No, sister!